what I'm saying? Where you just cock it back like, yeah, you know, yeah, and then, yeah, broken jaw in 2 places, yeah, can't talk no more, gotta drink liquid. Man, it's cold as balls out here, obviously. You know, it's winter, it's December, you know, it's cold. It's like 32 degrees right now, it's freezing. EJ ain't saying, where else would you rather be? We're here to talk about Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. And obviously the fight's like 3 days old. You know, I meant to do this about 3 days ago, but hey, shit happens, you know, life happens. I'm here now, so let's go ahead and get into it. What I want to talk about though is the kind of, not the fight itself, because there's millions of breakdowns about the fight, but just the YouTube boxing, kind of YouTube athlete type of thing. I alluded to this in my UFL showcase kind of recap video, but yeah, it's about exceptionalism. We don't care about fitting in, bro. Like this whole, yeah, nigga, I was out there. I was a part of the game. I was fighting for. Fuck that. We don't care. Nobody give. The UFL doesn't give a fuck. NFL, none of these guys care about you enough to care about your story to the point where it's like, all right, well, yeah, that little engine that could, nigga, you don't got pulled like that. You ain't Bronny. You ain't LeBron. You're not that. You didn't fucking make it. You don't come from a lineage that did make it. 9 times out of 10, you are your own representation. So you got to go out there and you got to ball up for yourself. You know, you got to put that on tape. You got to kill, you know, or else. There's nothing else. There's no fucking emails. There's no nothing. Nigga, this is pro sports. YouTube versus being an athlete. A serious one at that. You know, that's a concept in my brain. It's like a dichotomy. What I alluded to is the idea that you could be a YouTuber and also be a pro athlete at whatever field. And it's like, it's one thing to have played football, because I'm relating this to me, right? I played football, right, in high school, and then I got to college, I tried to walk on, blah, 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 the stories on my channel. But when it comes to pro sports, you can be a YouTuber that wants to go pro, or you could be a fucking pro that has a YouTube channel. There's a massive difference. Shit, Anthony Joshua has a YouTube channel, but the nigga's a pro boxer first. Jake Paul is the inverse. Logan Paul is the inverse. That's not to say that they never had prior experience, but they dove fully into it after they got fucking famous. And therefore, there is a massive disconnect. It's not easy to just say, oh, I'm not doing it for content, when clearly I'm doing it for content. You can lie to yourself, you can make shit up, but I clearly had content in mind. I had videos in mind when I was performing. It gets to the point where every time I do a workout, if that shit's not recorded, then why am I working out? You know, you start losing that dog, you start losing that shadow edge, that in the dark shine in the light type shit. You start losing that because you want all that shit to be publicized so you can get a paycheck off of this. So you get paid off of YouTube. So I'm gonna call this the Jake Paul effect, because fuck the fight. The fight is whatever. That fight was, you know, Jake Paul did what he could to survive and make that money. You know, ultimately, hats off to him. That man is richer beyond belief. I wish I could have a fraction of his paycheck. You know, I wish I could get to that point. You know, I'm trying to get there in my own little ways, but he put in the work. He did what he had to do to get success. I can't hate on that. That's Jake Paul. You know, and Anthony Joshua obviously was already a heavyweight champion. You know, he's already like that. He's already in the upper echelon. So, you know, we don't really need to talk about him. Yeah, it's called the Jake Paul effect. I went out there. Yeah, I want to go pro. Yeah, I want to do these things. But I just got 1,000 subs. I'm thinking about ways to grow the channel and blah, 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 create narratives and create these stories and do these things to engage, you know, myself and make my life more interesting, give myself purpose and all this other shit. But you lose the boat on what it means to really be a fucking athlete, which is performing, putting in those shadow work hours. The non-recorded sessions are really what gets you better. Recording that shit should be cosmetic, but you should only record after you're fucking elite, not before. The process of getting elite isn't what gets you paid. The process of how you were trash and then you weren't trash no more. I mean, sure, nigga, that's fine, but the process, what's most important is about being elite. Yeah, I could record all my training sessions. Yeah, I could record all this other stuff, but is that shit making me elite, or is that just giving fucking 3-star content to my viewers? Is that giving me prime videos? Am I able to teach people? Am I on that fucking level? Like, let's talk about a nigga that was on this channel, okay? When I did a football video, I did a collab with this nigga named Eco, right? You know, self-made logical, right? That's his channel, right? The nigga is a DB at JMU right now, right? He just played in his college football playoffs, and yes, they got waxed, but that's not the point. The nigga had an interception, 2 targets, 1 reception for 5 yards, playing man coverage the whole time. You know what I'm saying? He did one thing, but that one thing that he did in the game and what he's consistently known for doing, that press man coverage, that shit is bread and butter. The nigga is nice. And when he showed his videos, that's because he was living the life. You know, he's actually doing it. He was getting it done. I can run the clips because I made the clips, so I don't give a fuck. I made all of the clips, so I'm gonna run some of these clips. But the nigga was elite. You know, he was doing it. It's not the same. EJ Insane wants to do it. Wants to be better than Eco. Shit, I want to be better than him. I want to smoke that nigga. You know what I'm saying? And if I see him on the field, I want to destroy him, okay? Hey, look at me. I am darkness personified. But I'm a believer in God, though, first and foremost. Shout out to God. Like, comment, subscribe. We up.
Man, Eco TV, man, we out here, man. Appreciate everybody that came out. You know what I'm saying? I had probably about 50 plus people hit me up, but these people that want to work for real, so we're gonna split it up, man. We got young guys, pro guys, college guys, so how we gonna do it is we really playing it by ear, bro, but we're gonna have some good events for y'all. Let's do it, man. Appreciate y'all boys too. Whoever wanna go first, let's do it. I get to work. I can't, you know, everybody else work now. I gotta get to work. I can't. It don't matter if it was 100 people out here, 50 people out here, 2 people out here. We gotta get right, bro.
Period. Point blank, period. But you gotta respect the fact that nigga live, breathe football for the last, basically since shit, Moorhead, really? Maybe even before that, but shit, that's been 8-9 years of straight work, you know what I'm saying, and belief. Putting in that work, you know, cause I seen it, I saw it. I see the attention to detail. I see the questions he be asking in training. I saw that shit for a whole spring, summer session. You know what I'm saying? And then he went out to the field and backed up everything he was doing. That work that he put in, that shit went into his pockets. And so with him doing a YouTube, that's because he has the credibility stamp of I fucking did it. And I'm still doing it. And I'm still doing it at a high level. Versus EJ Insane, nigga, I did it in high school. And I have my own narrative. My narrative is I'm punching up weight classes. I want to bust through the walls. I want to bust through the door. I'm trying to beat your ass because I'm the underdog, nigga, in context. Not in my heart, but in context. I know you got him. I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm going to show you how great I am. That is in my fucking head. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. You know, that's the energy of the channel. Fuck all of y'all. I don't give a fuck if you are a pro. I don't give a fuck who you is, nigga. I'm going to show you how great I am. I'm going to show you I'm the best out here. You know, but that's a chip on the shoulder. That's talking. That's the game. That's fucking hype. That's ad-libs. That's me saying the right thing. But it doesn't fucking matter if you say the right stuff, if you're not beating ass in the ring. The thing that made Muhammad Ali the greatest is that he said everything under the sun, and then he was winning. He won the fucking fights. He beat George Foreman. And you, George Foreman, all of you chumps are gonna bow when I whip him, all of you, right? That was his narrative. His narrative got proven. My narrative has yet to be proven in a meaningful fucking way. Jake Paul's narrative has been limitedly proven in a limited way, but it hasn't been all the way proven. That transition from YouTuber to certified pro, niggas beating Tyron Woodley, Nate Robinson, Mike Tyson, 60-year-old Mike Tyson, like, we don't give a fuck. You know, when he fought real boxers, you know, he hung around a little bit, but he lost, right? If EJ Insane does that, EJ Insane ain't Jake Paul. The average nigga ain't Jake Paul. We don't pull in that type of viewership. We don't pull in that we don't have the magnetism like that. Not in this current moment, maybe not ever. We don't know. But the narrative part, Jake Paul's narrative has been proven in a limited way. But the money, the transition of being a YouTuber that boxes on a pro level, it's a genius strategy. It's a genius businessman. Jake Paul, the Paul brothers, they're fucking brilliant. His whole production company, whatever, most valuable promotions, whatever, right? That shit is hard. You know, that model is crazy. But when it comes to being great, he's still a YouTuber. All that other shit is fine, but he's not great. He's not Bud Crawford. He's not a pro boxer like that on that level. Now time will tell if he starts really getting into that level. But in that fight against Anthony Joshua, he clearly wasn't at the fucking level. Anthony Joshua was laughing his ass off the whole time. Nigga was, yeah, ha, 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 ha. Like, we all seen the fucking, the fighting meme, the punch meme, you know what I'm saying, where you just cock it back like, yeah, you know, yeah, and then, yeah, broken jaw in 2 places, yeah, can't talk no more, gotta drink liquids, nigga. Ultimately, being a YouTuber is fine, but being a YouTuber and being great is a isolated category. It's easier when you're fucking great and then you do YouTube while you know you're already fucking great. Tyreek Hill has a YouTube, but Tyreek Hill wouldn't do fucking YouTube until he became Tyreek Hill. Destroying is another example of the inverse of a YouTube nigga who's trying to go pro. A lot of Project NFL. But how did that work out for him? Go watch the series. I ain't gonna speak on it because destroying is still destroying. But when it came to being great, and he did more on the college football field than I ever did, but when it came to being great, the YouTube shit, it's a hindrance. I ain't gonna front. It's not easy because you want to make the videos of you training, but that shit still takes up mental energy. And when you're recovery, oh, I could just recover by editing. Yo, or you could watch more film on your craft. You know, there's more to it than that, you know? All I'm saying is the Jake Paul effect. I don't want to be a Jake Paul. If I'm going to do a sport, I'm going to box, I'm going to play football, I'm going to do this shit at the highest level I can do it. I'm tired of fucking recording every session or every other session or acting like or thinking like I have to do that because that's how I'm going to pay my bills one day. That's how I'm going to get the clout so that just in case I fucking flop, I have a catalog of videos to show I gave an effort or I tried or I was there. You know what I'm saying? I did what I could, but it just wasn't enough. It wasn't my time. God didn't want me to do it, so shut the fuck up. Shut your bitch ass up, nigga, right now. Shut the fuck up. We don't give a fuck. Alright? Nobody cares. Nobody wanted to hear that bullshit. Nigga, no. Do you want to be great or not? If you're going to be great, then do what it takes to be great. I love YouTube. I love making videos. I'm not going to stop making videos. But broadcasting effort or broadcasting trying just to deliver performances like that at the UFL, fuck that. I know what happened. I don't give a fuck what the world gotta say because they're gonna give fake positivity or false positives. Fuck that. Listen, do what it takes to be great and everything else is gonna fall into place. In the Bible it says, seek the kingdom of God and all things will be added to you. Matthew 6:33, right? So seek the important things and let the rest fall into place where it's supposed to be. We don't have to try to do 10,000 things at once. We can just do one thing really fucking well, another thing decently well, and just move on from there. Boom, keep it simple. EJ Insane. Like, comment, subscribe.